In this video, I have to answer a question that was asked of me recently, and in the future, most high willing, I will answer a lot of questions that was asked to me. But if I didn't answer your questions in the past that you've asked, can you remind me so I can get to it in the future? So we're gonna get started. The latest question that I was asked, let me read it from scratch. Let me read it from scratch. So 22 hours ago, someone said, "What book would you recommend for someone becoming awoken?" And the last part of it says, "I'm a new follower, so please guide me into books that would be great to start, please." All right, so I want to get this done. So I have a lot of books here, and of course, I don't want to give you stuff that's too heavy for you because the question was specific, and I'm gonna give you what's specific. And these are some of the books that I started with. Of course, when I started though, I didn't have a job, so I had to do a lot of things that were free. But a lot of these books, I'm going to give you some insight in how you can get these things for cheap. And a lot of them kind of are not expensive, but it's a sacrifice, okay? So anyway, hopefully you can get a lot of these. If not, I got it simplified and I got a short amount of books for you. So over here, I actually made it short for you. Now these are just 10 books instead of all that. I would not recommend you get all that. That's a lot. That's just too serious. So anyway, and it's not even those 4 books over there. Those are just there. Don't even worry about those. They don't exist right now. So we got these 10 books here. And I hope some of y'all are probably laughing at me so far. If not, I hope you do laugh. I hope you do enjoy your experience while you're in this world. Don't forget that, if you're not having a good time, do something to have a good time. Buy something to drink that you like. Buy something to eat that you like. It might be a little expensive, but just do it every now and then. Make it. You gotta enjoy your experience while you're here. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it. So we got the 1611, the KJV, the King James Version edition with the apocrypha. They do have one without the apocrypha. Now I don't recommend the one without the apocrypha, but it's your choice. It's your choice. If you want that, you can get that. Now, the reason I would recommend this is because even though, the KJV is old Middle English, which I'm tired of, honestly, I am, it's still a good study Bible. But that's one of the Bibles that I was reading a lot. And I still read it, but, I would recommend that for you. Now, I'm going to say this right here. The Apocrypha and all these hidden books, hidden biblical spiritual texts are not for everybody. Let me say that right now. It's scriptures about that. It is not for everybody. But if it's for you, read it. If it helps you on your walk with the Most High, read it. If it tells you to trust in God, the true God, read it because the message is important. Just going to say this as an example. The book of Jasher is a hidden book as well, but the book of Jasher entirely reminds me to trust in God. That's not bad. The Most High wants you to trust in Him. So if a book can make you want to trust in God or remind you to trust in God, that's a good book to me. Okay. Now next we got dictionaries. We got 3, and I recommend you get all 3. But I'm gonna shorten this down, make it more simplified at the end. But for now, I'm gonna give you all 3. If you can get them all, I prefer you get them all. But now we got the New Strong's Enhanced Concordance of the Bible. It don't have to be the New Strong's. It can be just a Strong's Concordance of the Bible. Well, it has to be. Make sure it says this. At least make sure it says Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible. If it just says Concordance of the Bible, that's not the same thing. This says Concordance, and that's a concordance of the Bible. But that's not the same thing. This has Hebrew and Greek and Aramaic definitions in the back of it as well. So for every word in the KJV that you see in the King James Version, you can go in here and you can look up what the meaning is. But you can't do that with a basic Bible dictionary or a basic concordance of the Bible. So don't get confused and waste your money like I did on concordance of the Bible. But make sure it says Strong's or the New Strong's. Make sure it says Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible. That's what you need. So get one of those, and I would recommend you actually get the Strongest Strongs exhaustive concordance of the Bible. They have three different ones. They have one for the KJV, for the NIV, and for the NSAB. It depends on which Bible you would prefer. But I use the KJV mostly. I don't even have an NSAB. But whatever you want, whatever you use, whatever's good for you. You know what I mean? And I would prefer you get this one. This is more computerized, and it's more updated than the new Strongs. So I would prefer you get this one overall. But if you can get any to start. I started with this one. It's whatever you can do. So be humble and take what you can get. I actually got this one as a gift from a preacher for free. So that helped me out. He was a Christian too. A lot of people are against Christians, but some Christians are good. Some of them got good hearts. So, and that's when I ain't have a job, by the way. I ain't always have a job. So, you got to do what you got to do. But the next one is a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It's about 5,000 definitions in that one. I recommend it because it's some valuable information in it. And I also would recommend you get a different Bible dictionary other than that if you get it, because this one only has about 5,000 definitions, so it's not going to have everything in it. And I recommend you get, if not this Bible dictionary, the New Combined Bible Dictionary and Concordance with about 10,000 entries. Get any other one. Any. Try it out. And sometimes you might be looking up a word and it might not be in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, but it might be in the other dictionary, or it might not be in either. Sometimes that's happened to me, so sometimes you might have to go to the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance and get some information in there. And if those don't work, just get a regular dictionary. Just get the biggest dictionary you can find. And I don't mean like size. I mean a dictionary that got the most definitions in it. This one, I went through one dictionary before this, and it had like, I don't know, 30 to 70,000, I think 70,000 definitions, and it was a paperback. But I found this one, I think it got over 200,000 definitions in it. You probably say it. Oh yeah, right here. You got some info right there. But and you can find these super cheap if you got a used bookstore. You don't have to go online. I ain't gonna say don't go online, but you don't have to sometimes. If you got a local used bookstore, this thing can be 25 cents, depending on what you got in your city. Check out the stuff in your city sometimes. So, dictionaries, get them. And sometimes, my main two dictionaries now that I go in when I'm studying is just a Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible or a basic dictionary. A lot of times now, I don't even need these Hebrew and Greek and Aramaic dictionaries. I just go in the dictionary. Simple. But I'll get to these Hebrew English Bibles in a minute. So, my main Bible now is the NRSV, the 5th edition, the new Oxford annotated Bible with the apocrypha. It's a study Bible. Both of these Bibles that I recommend are study Bibles. They give you cross references for the Old Testament, New Testament, and apocrypha books. And if you don't know what those books are, the apocrypha is a collection of books. It's 15 of them. They was with the 1611 King James Version and the Bibles before that, if you study it, but they was removed somewhere in time. It was a lot of people that wanted some of these books removed and other books, but now in a lot of modern Bibles, they're gone. But if you would like those books, they're in some Bibles today. They're even in that big Bible right there, the Sefer, but that's very expensive. I would not recommend that for a beginner. No, that's just, no. So, but let me see. But if you really want to get some good study information and go to another level, I think this book will help you. You don't have to get that one. You can get another one, though. I mean, it's up to you. That's the one I like. That's good enough for me. So this book I definitely recommend, The Lost Books of the Bible, and this one specifically because this one it's by William Hone. This one has a book in here that's going to help you for prophecies. It's the second book, the Proto-Evangelion. The reason I recommend that is because it's going to come a time, if you're really studying the Bible, if you're really trying to get eternal life, and if you read like I did, if you study like me, you're going to come across these prophecies in the Bible, and some of these prophecies are not in the Bible, Old and New Testament. If you're really, really digging, you're going to find out that some of them are just not there. So how can you verify them? And then there's going to be other stuff that might come up that you can't verify, or that you need verification on. And for you to keep your faith in God and His Son, the main Messiah, the Christ, they call Him many names. But there is a missing prophecy in here that is not in the Old and New Testament or apocrypha books. But if you get this, you will have one of those missing prophecies that the Son of God talked about. If you would like to know more about that, let me know. I could probably do a video specifically on that, but it's in there, and that's why I recommend that. It can help you find that missing prophecy, and it can probably do some other things for you, but I recommend that. Now we're at the Hebrew and English Bibles. The reason I recommend these Hebrew and English Bibles is because, now I ain't saying you gotta learn Hebrew, but if you would like, that's a good thing. But if you don't, you don't. I recommend them because at a point in my life, I couldn't trust what the English said of any Bible. It didn't matter what Bible it was. I didn't trust what they were saying. I didn't know if they was telling me the truth. And if you get to that point, which you might, you're going to need to know what the source said, the Masoretic text. These have the Masoretic text, one of the sources that they was using for the modern Bibles of today, for the Old Testament. They're both Old Testament only, but you have the Hebrew on one side and the English on the other side. So everything you read, you can see what was there, and you can translate it. You can look up some words. Remember, I said get you a Strong's. That way you can look up all these words and you can see what was there. Or, if you really want to get serious, you get some other Hebrew English dictionaries. I'm not even gonna tell you those in this video, but that's if you get there. But this is like further ahead in the future. That's like not beginner. That's like somewhere in your 1 year. If you were serious like me, if you're moving at a fast rate, you need to get those in your first year. But maybe in the next year or just somewhere down the line. But like these are needed. Now, there's a few of them out there. You can get the JPS Hebrew English Tanakh, or you can get the Korean Tanakh Hebrew English. Just saying, just let you know. So that's a little bit tough down the road. But if you serious like me and you read at a fast rate like me, you're gonna need those. You're gonna need those. Because you're going to need to verify these people was translating and telling you the truth. If you need it, get those. You're going to need those. So I gave you all 10 of my main books for, people that start now. I would recommend these. Now, you don't have to get the translations that I got for everything exactly as I showed. You can get different authors or different ones. They got different Hebrew English Bibles. They got different Bible dictionaries. They got different, really all Strong's exhaustive concordances are based on the same man's work, James Strong. But they got different ones out there. They got different publishers. This one's by Nelson, this one's by I don't know. But I think the 21st century. But you got different publishers out there. But the information is going to be the same in a lot of them because it's based on the same guy's work. But you can get you a different Bible with the apocrypha. You don't have to get exactly what I got, and you don't have to get the same lost books of the Bible. There are other lost books of the Bible by a different person that has that same book in it that I was talking about. Hopefully you get it though, but and you don't have to get the same dictionary. You don't have to get anything of the same, the same that I showed you, but at least get some of these that's like similar. Get something similar to all of these. because they're very helpful. They were helpful for me. To this day, I still go into this JPS. I still read from this dictionary. I still read, well, if I need to go in there, I go in there. I like that translation. I'm not in there as much as the JPS, but I don't even use this no more. That's rare. Rare. My time for these is kind of over right now, but every now and then I go in there. But like, I don't use this one like that because I use this one. But I'm in one of them if I need to be in one of them. And I'm in these more than I'm in these two little dictionaries because these two have so much more in it than those two right there. They're all helpful though, but mainly, matter of fact, let me shorten this down for you. I'm sorry. Let me make this short for everybody. Simplified. Let me make this simplified for you. These four right here is what I would recommend to make it simplified. If you can't get all 10 of them, just get these four. That's it. I know, it's real simple. But, you have a Bible, you have 83 books.